Hello, I have missed you so much. It has been so long, too long. And today I am gonna get you all caught up with everything that's been going on in my life for the last 3 weeks. To start with, 3 weeks ago, I had a tooth extracted because it had an infection. It had like a percentage of like not being able to be saved because it already had a root canal, all these things. So I got the extraction done. I'll insert a little bit here. I am about to go get a tooth pulled, which I'm nervous. I'm so nervous about, but I'm trying not to be nervous. So for reference, this one right here, that's the one they're gonna take. They're gonna take like a really big molar. And I already had a root canal put on it, so it's got like a crown on it, and I don't know. I don't really know how they're gonna do it, but praying that it goes well, praying that it goes smooth and that it doesn't hurt and that it's gonna just be perfectly fine. That went well. You had to cut it in 3 different spots. I'm in kind of a lot of pain. I'm not gonna talk much, but got it done. Now just rest and recover. So as you can see, it went well. I had a little bit of anxiety about it, but it did overall go really well, thank God. Now I'm healing up very nice. I just had a post-op appointment to check to make sure my stitches and everything were well. And I literally sat in the chair. She looked at my mouth and she's like, "Oh, you're healing great. Okay, you can go. That's it." Like, it was literally a 2-second appointment. It's healing up nicely though, so I'd rather have a 2-second appointment than something be going wrong. The other thing that happened is that I got my eye exam done. I busted a blood vessel a little while ago now in my left eye, and ever since I busted a blood vessel, I guess I had just become more aware of the blood vessels in my eyes, so I wanted to get an appointment from an ophthalmologist. My doctor recommended going ahead and getting it done because veins in your eyes can be underlying reasons of like other health concerns. So I went and did that. So here's that. Okay, just left the eye doctors. I've got my awesome shades because my eyes are completely dilated. I cannot see anything up close. I can see driving though, thankfully. He said that everything looks normal, a variation of normal, that the veins in my eyes are not a concern, and that everything looks nice and healthy. So yay, another doctor telling me that I'm good to go, no issues here. Love to hear it. So everything was nice and normal. He dilated my eyes huge, and they lasted a while, but my eyes look nice and normal, and he's like, "Okay, I'll see you back in a year if you want to get everything checked out again." So the other thing that I got done was a thyroid check. I got a massage like probably a month or more, and she was like, "Oh, you have like a lot going on in your neck area, like your neck is like really thick. If that's not normal for you, I would highly recommend going and seeing a doctor about it, because like that's where your thyroid is and something could be going on." So I took my masseuse's advice. I went to my doctor. She had already told me, because I had a abnormal blood work one time with my thyroid. She's like, "Oh, well, let's go ahead and just do a complete ultrasound, see what's going on in there." So I got that done and talked to her. The results came back fantastic. So I'll show you guys a little bit of that. Okay, so everything looks good. There's no reason for concern with the thyroid. Okay, that's good.
Nothing I'll email you a report.
Yeah, trying to. I was actually gonna ask you, when should I go for my booster? Should I go for the booster shot for COVID? I am back from my eye appointment. As I told you guys, my eyes are looking nice and healthy, nice and normal, nice and still very much dilated. I did just have my appointment with my primary doctor to go over the thyroid scan, and she said that everything looks normal. I have like very minimal, but it's not even like cause for concern, so there's no follow-up needed or anything like that. So things are looking fantastic. Things are really looking good. I'm feeling good about my health. Doctor said my eyes look great, thyroid looks great. I mean, we are just like ruling everything out. My doctor's like, "You are 100% healthy, like go have a baby." So she's so funny. Yeah, so everything's looking great and I'm excited. I'm feeling back to normal little by little every day, and I'm excited for what the future has to hold. We are looking good, looking healthy, and I'm excited about it. So as you can see, I was really optimistic about my health. I was really happy with where everything was kind of leading and going, and kind of like further confirmation that like I am a healthy 30-year-old. I can have a normal life, and like I don't need to be worried about my health every 5 seconds of the day. That was after I got my thyroid exam, and I talked to the doctor, and I actually
spoke with her about getting a booster vaccine because it had been since February of my exposure, and I wasn't sure like how long exposure will last with immunity. And so I was talking to her about getting a booster vaccine just to make sure I continue my immunity towards it. And she's like, oh yeah, you're good, go ahead. And like, even if you get pregnant, like you'll be covered and like you're good, like no worries, go ahead and do that thing. The day I spoke with her, I started having like a sore throat, and I was like, ugh, like not feeling too great. Literally the next day I woke up and I had still a sore throat, and I started to get a little bit dizzy, and I was like, I need to take a COVID test. So here's that. Good morning vlog. I have some terrible news. A tickle in my throat. It's not just a tickle in my throat. It was not allergies. It was COVID. I have COVID again. Per the at-home test. Manny is taking me to go get the Walgreens test now. It's 15 each side on the rapid, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So, sign it, and obviously the check yourself.
Okay. Oh god, that sucked.
Well, it's confirmed. Well, you guys can't see it, but got my results from Walgreens. I tested positive. So the next step is talk to my doctor, and hopefully I'm gonna be getting the medicine that Manny got, which will help me get over it. Yes, I caught COVID again for the second time in this year. And I, at first was like super, not scared. I was just like in like a, not panic mode, but like a, oh crap, what am I gonna do now mode. But luckily my doctor gave me Paxlovid, which is the prescription for it, and it was able to keep the symptoms down, like the ones that I had before. And I did vlog a little bit during my COVID experience this time around, just so like I could share it. So I'll go ahead and insert some now so you can kind of see in real time with what was happening.
Hey, take care.
Bye-bye. Okay, so I am gonna get the medicine, thank God. She's gonna go ahead and send it to the pharmacy, and I'll start taking it immediately. She said it'll help drastically. Good morning vlog. It is day 4 of my Paxlovid, and I feel really, really good today. I am so happy. I'm so thankful. So feeling blessed right now that my doctor was able to get this prescription for me. As you can hear, I'm still very like nasally, and I still have like a bunch of drainage and stuff. So it feels like more like a cold than it does COVID. And I'm feeling so thankful right now, because the last time I had COVID, if you don't know, it was a journey. It was a very traumatic experience, and I honestly feared getting it again. And I'm very thankful that, I don't want to say that I got it, but I'm thankful that I was able to get it and understand it's not going to be the end of me. It's not going to all happen again. Now, I'm not out of the clear obviously yet. I'm only on day 4, but I'm feeling so much better, and I'm just trying to remain in bed. Obviously I'm not overdoing it. Just wanted to give you guys an update that the medicine is really working. I will say it does give like a really weird and nasty aftertaste, and like just a taste that comes in your mouth. Like right now I feel it coming back up. It's almost like a metallic, but like it just coats your entire mouth, and it just doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste good at all. But like I said before, I would much rather deal with a nasty taste in my mouth than to be sick with COVID, really sick with COVID. Good morning. It is day 5. No, day 6. I finished my Paxlovid yesterday. So today's Monday, and I want to go ahead and take an at-home test. It's been 15 minutes. That is a clean test. Oh yes, that's what I like to see. So that means that the medicine eradicated the virus from my body. I am still dealing with the after effects, of course. Still body fatigue, still like a little bit of a heaviness in my chest, you know, the fun stuff that comes with COVID. Still dealing with all of that, but luckily I am testing negative. Okay, so about a month from now, wait and get the booster. Okay, well that was my follow-up doctor's appointment.
she did tell me, you know, just be careful. A very few percentage, but there are a few that after you're done with the prescription, COVID can kind of like mutate and jump back on you. So she said just be aware and just be careful that you know, is a possibility, but a very few people have had that happen. But yeah, so we're looking good. Things are looking good. I can tell you that I'm feeling more myself. I'm feeling like myself again, which is so nice. That's so exciting, but I'm not gonna overdo it. I am still gonna be in bed and just relaxing. So as you can tell, like the Paxlovid definitely helped. I definitely think that last time I overexerted myself, and that's what made my heart go kind of crazy. I will say that this time around, I have still experienced the heart palpitations. So I did go ahead and have a heart monitor put back on. So I vlogged that a little bit too. As you can see, I'm in the office. This just happened to be where the camera was, which is why I just picked up vlogging in here. But this is where Manny has been staying because I've had COVID, and just recently he has slept in the bed with me again, which I have missed so much. So I'm really glad to have him back. I am in the post-COVID era, I guess, I don't know, side of the sickness, but it seems like the post-COVID symptoms are a little bit more severe than the actual COVID symptoms for me, especially since my doctor was able to get me the Paxlovid. I was able to not have like bad symptoms while I had COVID, but now after COVID, I'm getting like heart palpitations again, and I'm getting super dizzy, and I'm just having not a great time, which is why you will see I have the heart monitor back on my chest, because I went and saw my cardiologist, and he is hopeful and staying positive that my heart isn't being affected and that I'm going to be fine. But to be precautious, he wanted to go ahead and put a heart monitor on me to check the palpitations that I am having, to make sure that they aren't going to be of concern, and this is maybe just my body's reaction to COVID. But I will have this on. I got it on Friday. Today is Sunday, and I'll have to take it off tomorrow at 2:30. So he wanted it for 3 days. Gosh, I'm getting winded. I gotta put my camera down. That's the other thing. I get tired really easy, and I get winded really easy. So like I still can't do a lot of stuff. So I just have to be very careful with my body right now, because it is definitely in recovery mode, and I don't want to do anything to upset it. Definitely learned my lesson. Definitely going to take the time needed for my body to heal whole and properly, and we'll move on from there. He also wants to do I think it's called an echocardiogram, which is where they do a sonogram of the heart. He just wants to be precautious and make sure, which I definitely appreciate. So since then, obviously I don't have my heart monitor on anymore, and I did have an echocardiogram on Friday, and so next Friday I will go back for the results to see exactly what's going on. The good thing though is that the technician that was doing the echocardiogram said that if she were to have seen anything abnormal or alarming, she would have got my cardiologist to look at it that day, and she wouldn't have let me leave. So that's a good sign that my doctor didn't need to come and see the scan that I was doing right away, and it will be something that we can just talk about later, and so when I go to the next appointment. So that makes me feel good that my heart is still looking good and in good condition, and not something that COVID has affected, because my cardiologist did say in very rare cases that he's not even seen personally, and his inner group of like colleagues have seen, but there have been like studies that show that catching COVID multiple times can affect your heart, but he doesn't think that that is the case for me. So I'm very thankful, very grateful that my heart is healthy, I am healthy, and I'm really going to try to shift my focus in these coming months and for the rest of the year. We are already in August. Like the entire year for me has basically been doctor's appointments and medical scares, and I've just been consumed with health anxiety, to be honest with you. And I know it all started because of the traumatic experience that I had with COVID. And so catching COVID again for the second time, this time around, it was almost like a blessing in disguise, because this time around, although I did have symptoms, and although I did have to, go out of work, and I still had to rest, and I'm still resting, and like I still had to take precautions, I was nowhere near what I was back in January, February. I did not have to go to the hospital. I did not have to go to like the urgent care. I didn't have like these horrible stomach symptoms that I was experiencing post-COVID, or my heart that I was experiencing post-COVID. I'm 3 weeks out now from having COVID. I'm within that time frame still that I started experiencing those other weird symptoms. So I know I'm not like out of the clear yet, but because what I've learned then I am applying now, I am trying to keep off any of those like alarming symptoms. Like I said, in a way, it was a blessing to get it again, because it kind of gave me comfort in knowing that if I catch it again, God forbid, it will not be as traumatizing as it was the first time. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to look like that every time. Like I said, it kind of a blessing in disguise, kind of, you know, helped me deal with my health anxiety during this time that I've been out of work and that I've been dealing with like post-COVID and with COVID. I have done a lot for myself. I have been doing a lot of self-care, writing in my diary, reading, skincare, taking nice warm showers, and talking to my therapist and going to these trauma-based healing sessions. Really just trying to take care of myself and rebuild my mental health, because I feel like this whole year has been so unsteady for me, and so I guess unknown would be the word, that I really want to focus on getting to a place where not only am I comfortable, but like I'm thriving. And so I'm gonna focus more on, not that I haven't been focusing on positivity, but I'm gonna focus more on positivity and find a routine that serves me. Some of the channels that I have been watching recently that have really inspired me to kind of like shift my mindset were Carter Sullivan, Selena Trevino, and then also Michelle Reed. So those three creators specifically, they just have like this light, I feel like, when I watch their vlogs, and like they're so inspiring to me, and I want to reflect that in my own vlogs. Like if I felt the way that I felt watching them, like that's the kind of positivity and the kind of energy that I want to be putting out, because it excited me and it inspired me so much. Like that's what I want, you know, that kind of like feeling is what I want to be giving people. I'm gonna kind of shift my content a little bit to try to incorporate just a bit more inspired by them, and it's gonna be something that I obviously learn on my own and have my own take on, but I just, like I said, the way that their vlogs make me feel, like I just felt so inspired when I was watching them. So nothing is going to change dramatically. Like I'm obviously still going to be who I am, just like the content a little bit. As you might have already seen, I've already changed my channel banner. It says lifestyle, self-love, and Orlando living. So that to me means lifestyle is like a healthy lifestyle, working 9 to 5, kind of bringing you guys a little bit more into that. My routines that I have, my morning routine, night routine, or cleaning routines. And I feel like for the longest time, I haven't been living with any of those things. I feel like I've just been in survival mode. I have literally been in survival mode since catching COVID in January. And I'm tired. I am tired of living like that, and I know that I want more and I deserve more. That's why I feel like if I got so inspired by those vlogs, like maybe I can inspire myself, you know, maybe I can inspire somebody too. I hope that you will stick around for that, because I'm excited about it. If you haven't watched any of the channels that I mentioned earlier, I would highly suggest checking them out, because I relate to them, and I again was so inspired by them. I think Selena Trevino is the one that I can relate to the most, because she also has a 9 to 5 job and works on weekends and has late nights and is trying to figure out her own fitness journey and, like, you know, basically just trying to figure out life. And I feel like I am right there with her. Like, not only am I trying to figure out life, but I'm trying to like rebuild my entire life. Like, what does my life even consist of right now? Because I have literally just been surviving it as of right now. October, I got a new job. I started working from home. October, November, December. You know, December is always crazy. You've got Christmas, Thanksgiving in December or in November, and life in October is just like go. So I feel like since October, it was like go. So much life happened. And then January hit, COVID hit, and I feel like my life stopped. I feel like who I was in 2021 stopped when I caught COVID and when all of that stuff happened. And now I'm trying to find that person again. I'm trying to find that happiness. Okay, so I've been chatting, I've been blabbing on, I've been going on, and I'm gonna stop talking now, but I just want to say thank you so much for the love, the support, the kindness, the kind words, everything that you guys give me. I just want to thank you, and I hope that I can give it back to you because, like I said, I want nothing more than to be an inspiration or to be that friend on the internet. I really, really appreciate you being here. I love you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.